I have a dream, I want to scream into reality, make fantasy facts be perceived palpably. Non-believers battle me and see the prophecy fulfilled. A vision instilled within my veins inks the quill. As blood spills from arteries, argument like Abel's against the profane. Cocaine cracked the table, a brotherhood. Like whips crack the backs of blacks for cash crops, the bottom dollar left bodies stacked and consigned to a cast and poured into projects. The minority reports that we've all crafted this conflict.
We've crafted this conflict. The permutations are monstrous. Fractions and factions are fictitious in the element. From elementary to secondary, we've been secluded by race and class. In this race for cash, where fractions and factions of our human race clash. It's uncouth how the youth treat other youth, but hip-hop is the common denominator.
Yes, racially divided and socioeconomically segregated, we despise the sacred, instead drinking hatred. A problem not peculiar to this great nation. See, the Ku Klux Klan ethic is an ancient pandemic. Pride and greed spewed septic and left man infected before Eve was expected. And now look at the children. And invisible in Uganda were conditioned for killing. In India and Pakistan we're clashing over Kashmir. From feuding in Cuba, our family is scattered. But despite this nightmare, my dream is quite clear.
It's a nightmare we live in right here. Denominations, ethnic and religious in nature, form the numerator of numerous units of math. It brings us apart, man, we need to come back. Denominations of gender and class that bring us apart, man, we need to come back. Denominations broken into constituent parts. Aggravation emerges when domination it starts. What shot do we have with our uncommon prayers? Hip-hop is our shot, our common denominator.
And oh yes, through creative protest and soulful suffering, beauty can be made though the world gives us nothing. Turn tables in the wilderness and build a banquet hall. Flaming tongues spit couplets, the congregation called to read the writing on the wall. Oh yes, it says it all. These shackles we shall break, dancing as they fall. So the patchwork path quilt, the dream is our needle to thread our blood, sweat and tears to see all people equal. The Underground Railroad erupts from an Egypt passage charming. Thank God Almighty, we're finally free at last.
We're free at last. We're free at last. Whether you're Asian or Haitian, Malaysian, Bayesian, Japanese, Caucasian, underground or mainstream. Our mainstream of reason isn't black or Arabic. Dance, rhymes, and music, it's the reason for culmination, the reason for solidarity, the reason for being. Seeing in common visions, a common vision is the reason we write, the reason we rhyme, the reason we fight, the reason that reason never reason with us. Our reason for rapping and dancing is the reason of love. So don't reason with us if you're reasonably a hater. Hip-hop is our reason, a common denominator.
Yo, but so let glorious graffiti adorn New York City, and let the mouths of rhyme and shout from South Carolina.
Hip-hop is the common denominator.
And let b-boys break like waves on the California shores, and disc jockeys get it hopping up in the Colorado Rockies.
Hip-hop is the common denominator.
And let spray paint murals cover all of Europe, and let me hear some yes y'alls from Brazil to Senegal.
Hip-hop is the common denominator.
Hip-hop is my dream.
It's my common denominator.